Time for big horsepower and big hair. You're watching Monster Truck Attitude.
Welcome into a brand new season opener of Smashdown here tonight on the MTA YouTube channel. Hi everyone, I'm your host here tonight, Steve Jones, alongside Gary Armstrong. And Gary, tonight we've got an awesome field of trucks ready to rip up the arena floor.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. It's awesome to be back here on the MTA YouTube channel. Tonight we're taking a look at Blacksmith and Jurassic Attack coming to Smashdown. Then we're taking a look at the debut of the Classroom Crusher and the new driver behind the Wolverine. NWO in the house here tonight alongside the brand new Monster Energy making its debut. Then returning champion Brad Anderson Bad Company alongside Ethan Wagner and Son of a Digger.
An all-star field of trucks, and this is how round one action is going to be breaking down here tonight, Gary. We're going to be taking a look first at Bradshaw, Jurassic Attack taking on Son of a Digger. NWO returns here tonight to take on Classroom Crusher. The new Monster Energy is coming back to take on Wolverine. And then last but not least, Nick Parson returns in Blacksmith to take on defending champion Bad Company. And that's how round one action is going to be breaking down. Up first here tonight, we're taking a look at Bradshaw out of the Crush This race team. The all-new Jurassic Attack has been revamped. It seems to be suiting him well. He's going to be taking on Ethan Wagner here tonight inside of Son of a Digger now on the outside lane. Here's the green light now, Gary. Down the straightaway they go. Son of a Digger with the early lead, but here comes Bradshaw on the inside lane in Jurassic Attack. He tried to catch up to Ethan Wagner. Son of a Digger on the outside lane. Not sure who got the win here in round one. We're going to go back and look at the photo finish.
Yeah, Steve, I want to say that it looked like Son of a Digger got the win, and there you see it right there in the Crush This photo finish. Son of a Digger is your winner here tonight over Jurassic Attack. But I want to touch on this right here. Nukin on the block. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 makes his debut inside of the Classroom Crusher, not to mention the return of Dale Durham inside of the Wolfpack NWO.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed is NWO has not been consistent. We'll see what he's got against the new kid in the Classroom Crusher as we go green now, Gary, down the straightaway. Classroom Crusher with a big-time lead. What a ride for 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, making a statement here tonight, taking it down to the wall protection inside of the shutdown area. He does pick up the win over the Wolfpack NWO.
The consistency is key here tonight, Steve, as we look at the Crush This photo finishing. Now you see 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐞 gets the win inside of the Classroom Crusher by about half a truck.
And the Classroom Crusher making his name well known here tonight in the first matchup of round one. You see the two eliminations happening earlier tonight. Son of a Digger and Classroom Crusher advancing on. But right now we're going to be taking a look at the all-new Monster Energy driven by Jeffrey Skipper making its debut here tonight. He's going to be taking on Jason Waddell, taking over the driving duties of the Wolverine Chevrolet. And there you see the brand new Monster Energy driven by Jeffrey Skipper. It's going to be making its debut right now at the top of the track. He is ready to go on the outside lane. We'll see what he's got. The Wolverine's been fairly consistent over the last few weeks. Green light goes down, and off the line they go. Wolverine with a slight lead. The Iceman not giving up. A close matchup all the way down to the finish line area, but Jason Waddell, again, taking over the driving duties of the Wolverine Chevrolet, had his hands full all the way down to the straight stretch, and we're going to take a look at the photo finish here tonight, and your winner, Jason Waddell, will pull out a win over the all-new Monster Energy.
Right now, Steve, we're going to see Monster Energy go on the trailer, but now it's time to defend the championship flag. We've got Nick Parson returning in the 41 wheelies Blacksmith to take on defending champion Brad Anderson in the Bad Company Chevrolet, representing the Renegades Motorsports race team.
Well, both drivers staged up at the line right now. Championship flag on the line. The green light goes down there side by side now. Blacksmith looks slightly over. He goes, and the wheels come off of the front end of the Blacksmith 41 wheelies. Nick Parson in all kinds of trouble over here on the inside lane. What a wild ride here tonight, Gary. We're going to have to go back and check out the Crush This replay and figure out what happened.
That was a close race for sure. Down that straightaway they go. Blacksmith has a slight lead on the inside lane. They go up and over the first jump, settle it down here across the finish line, and Blacksmith will pull out a win.
Incredible. Look how close that is, Gary.
Yeah, and after the finish line, Blacksmith just turns it upside down. Both front tires separating off of the truck. A lot of damage done here in round one, Steve.
You aren't wrong about that. The MTA 𝐷rack officials are down there. They've got the rollback on site with a skid steer. They're loading up the carnage that Blacksmith just left out here on the arena floor. Nick Parson, again, like you mentioned earlier tonight, Gary, is in big-time trouble. He knocks off the champion here tonight in round one. However, is the truck going to be able to make it back for semifinals. We're going to find out sooner than later as we head down to the pit area before semifinal action gets underway. But a lot of carnage from Nick Parson here tonight inside of Blacksmith. And speaking of semifinals, this is how it's all going to be shaken down. Son of a Digger coming back to take on the Classroom Crusher, and then Wolverine setting out to take on Nick Parson in the Blacksmith 41 wheelies if they can get that truck back and ready for competition.
And that may be where the problem lies here tonight, Steve. We're down in the pit area now in the arena, and it looks like the Blacksmith machine is not going to be able to come back for semifinal action. The damage just too severe after that round one rollover, which means Brad Anderson in the Bad Company Chevrolet will be back here tonight in semifinals to defend the championship flag.
Well, a tough break for sure for Nick Parson in the Blacksmith machine. He ran so hard earlier tonight in round one, but right now we're back with semis. 𝐸∞ returning here tonight, the new kid on the block, setting out to take on Ethan Wagner and Son of a Digger all the way out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. How about the ride earlier tonight by Classroom Crusher? We'll see what he's got here in semis. The green light goes down. Gary side by side up there with the first jump. Wild ride for the Classroom Crusher on the outside lane. Sticks it on the tailgate across the finish line. What an incredible matchup here tonight to kick off semifinal action. Son of a Digger was right there with him. We're going to have to go back and check out the Crush This replay.
What an amazing job this kid's doing here tonight, Steve, in the Classroom Crusher, his MTA debut. And look at the wheel stand he does across the finish line. He does pick up the win here in round one, Steve. But right now,
this guy's been consistent and incredible all night too, Gary.
For sure, Wolverine looking more dominant than ever, but right now he's drawing up against defending champion who got a little lucky earlier tonight, gets a draw back in the semifinal competition. Time to defend the championship flag.
Off the line we go now, down the straightaway, they're side by side. Wolverine now with a slight lead, and Jason Waddell pulls out a win over the champion here tonight. Bad Company came back, had a second shot, lost it against the new kid on the block in the Wolverine machine. He is now in the final round showdown here tonight. But before we get to the finals here tonight, we've got another great trivia question for you. Leave your answer down in the comment section below. But what number Gravedigger chassis was the WCW Nitro machine built on? Again, leave your answer down in the comment section below. But right now it is time for the final round showdown here tonight, Gary. And we've got Classroom Crusher getting ready to take on Wolverine. Two guys making their debuts here tonight on the MTA YouTube channel. It's always great to see the new up-and-comers making their debuts strong out here as we take a look at Jason Waddell and Wolverine and 𝐸∞ in the Classroom Crusher.
That's right, Steve. Both drivers made their debuts here tonight. We're going to make history or be history.
Well, here's the green light now, Gary, down the straightaway. Wolverine with a slight lead from the Classroom Crusher coming back on him on the inside lane and smacking the trucks down in the shutdown area. I'm not sure if 𝐸∞ knew where the brake pedal was as he hits into the other truck.
It's almost like he didn't even try to hit the brake pedal there, Steve.
Well, as we take a look at the Crush This replay, Wolverine had a lead on him down the straightaway. Here comes 𝐸∞ flying high, the all-new Classroom Crusher. He does break the line first, defeating Wolverine here tonight. So the young man wins his MTA debut in a brand new piece of equipment, the Classroom Crusher. And again, trying to get it shut down, forgetting where the brake pedal was. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new Smashdown champion here tonight, 𝐸∞ in the Classroom Crusher. Ladies and gentlemen, what an awesome debut to a brand new season here in November for the Smashdown series. We hope you had a great time with us. Gary, it was great to have you back in the booth, my man.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Thanks for having us here. We hope the fans had a great time here on Smashdown.
As always, crush that subscribe button and we'll catch you down the road. Old Gary just makes this job more fun each and every time he's back here.